What is going on, guys? This is your boy Adam from the Ernest Sanctuary here, and today I'm bringing you guys a new series on my channel. This series is about different endangered species around the world, and so just about every week I'm going to go through some different endangered species, their problems, why they're endangered, how close they are to extinction, what you can personally do to help, because I do think it's important for the general public to know about these endangered species. And yeah, so let's get started. The first episode we're going to do the Sumatran Rhino. I'm sure most of you guys don't even know what this thing exists, so yeah, let's do this.
Alright guys, so right off the bat, as you can see, this Sumatran Rhino is a very hairy animal. One of its closest relatives is the... Waiting. It's actually the woolly rhinoceros. I know it's extinct, but they're pretty close relatives. So the scientific name for this animal is, well, its family is Rhinoceratidae. So that is the family of rhinoceros. The genus is Dicerorhinus. And then the species is Sumatrensis. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, guys, I know I'm not taxonomist or anything, so scientific names I'm still trying to get better with, as you can see. But yeah, so this rhino compared to the other rhinos of the world is definitely the smallest and it's definitely the hairiest. These guys don't get very big, however they are still considered a large mammal, and they're also considered the world's most endangered large mammal. So in the wild there's less than 100 of these guys. Whether that's below the extinction line, we don't know yet. So as with all rhinos of the world, the Sumatran rhino also suffers from poaching. There's a huge trade in China for rhino horn. I don't mean to call out any ethnicity or anything like that, but Chinese people, I guess some of them have a belief that rhino horn can cure cancer, and it has a whole bunch, it's medicine pretty much, and it can, pretty much cure anything. Obviously that's not true. The rhino horn is made of the same thing as your hair and as your fingertips, which is keratin, and if people think that keratin can cure diseases and stuff, I don't see why they don't just eat their own fingernails or eat their own hair or anything like that. I personally think it's just the stupidest thing in the world to kill such a magnificent, beautiful animal just for its horn, and that's why rhinos are pretty much one of the top most endangered large mammals of the world right now. Okay guys, I know this is a really gruesome photo. It'll just be a quick slide, but I do think it is important to see gruesome photos just to show the immorality of killing rhinos. I mean, look at this poor creature. Sorry for if there's any little guys out there watching this, but I think it's necessary to see just to inspire and have people act in a positive way to save the rhinos. So yeah, sorry about this slide, but yeah, we'll move on now.
So another main cause in decrease in rhino population, specifically in the Asian species, the Sumatran rhino, the Javan rhino, and the Indian rhino, is habitat loss, habitat fragmentation. I said that weird, sorry. So the Sumatran rhino used to have a huge range, actually. It was throughout Indonesia, and it even reached onto the Asian mainland. So it was just huge. And now there is, I think, 5 substantial populations. So there's 4 on the island of Sumatra, 1 on the island of Borneo, and there may be 1 on the Malay Peninsula, but it hasn't been confirmed yet. It's in doubt as of right now. And so just habitat fragmentation is just, and habitat loss is just people living on their land pretty much. I mean, I guess you gotta share, people have to have land too. But it's just coexisting and being able to live with these animals and exist with them equally. If a farmer sees a rhino eating his crops or anything, you just gotta let that happen. Which, I mean, I guess is a very controversial thing because that's money, that's hard work, that's labor. But at the same time, you can't really kill the animal because it is one of 100 animals left in the wild. So that's a very controversial topic. I don't want to get into that much. I know there's a lot of people out there that are like, hey, people are better than animals. Animals are better than people. You know, whatever. I think we're all equal. We're all life, and we all deserve a chance to live. So yeah. So I know this has been a pretty pessimistic video so far, but there is light at the end of the tunnel. Currently, there are two programs breeding Sumatran rhinos. There's one that is actually the Cincinnati Zoo, and one that is a Sumatran Rhino Sanctuary in I think it's in Sumatra. So currently they're both breeding Sumatran rhinos. I believe there's 2 or 3 males. I know there's one in Cincinnati that used to be the LA Zoo because I used to see him all the time here. His name is Harapan, and the one in Indonesia or Sumatra is named Andatu. He was born a couple years ago. But right now we're going to learn Harapan's story and the work that the Cincinnati Zoo is doing with Sumatran rhinos.
Returned back to the Cincinnati Zoo, and Harapan is actually the 3rd Sumatran rhino calf that was produced here at the Cincinnati Zoo. It's hard not to fall in love with all these calves, so we're all really pleased that he's back, but he's actually back for a very important reason. Harapan is brought back to the Cincinnati Zoo because he is one of just 2 Sumatran rhinos left on the entire continent. The Sumatran rhino right now, I think, is considered one of the most critically endangered, if not the most critically endangered large mammal on the planet today. At a summit that was held in Singapore recently, the numbers were revealed, and that's where we learned that there may be fewer than 100 of these rhinos left on the entire planet. And so we need to breed this species and produce as many calves as we possibly can. The breeding program here at the Cincinnati Zoo with this particular species has been the most successful. We have been able to produce 3 calves. Indonesia recently produced a calf, so that was great news too. But it's really important that we have more than one breeding population because you just don't want to put all your eggs in one basket. So the hope is that we can continue to bring in additional rhinos for the captive breeding program as a whole, but in particular to add some rhinos to the program here in the U.S. because it has been the most successful. We currently have a mature female here at Cincinnati Zoo called Suchi. Our goal here is something that we typically do our best to avoid. Our goal is going to be to breed Suchi to Harapan, and they are full siblings. At Crew, we work really hard to try and maintain genetic diversity and to breed genetically disparate individuals together. But in this particular case, when you have just 2 animals left, the population in the world is going extinct. You simply have to do whatever you can to produce more animals. And so we are hoping that Suchi breeds with Harapan, even though they are full siblings. We know it happens in the wild, and in fact, with a population like the Sumatran rhino that's so small and fragmented, it's probably happening even in the forests of Sumatra right now. So again, we like to avoid it, we don't try to do it, but it does happen. And the good thing about inbreeding is if you inbreed one generation, as soon as you outbreed that particular offspring, the inbreeding disappears. So you can correct it pretty quickly.
Alright guys, that is it for me for this video. If you guys enjoyed, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, tell me how I did. Share this video with others, your family, your friends, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your babysitter, whatever you got out there. And if you guys want to personally help out, there's a great link that I'll put down below, savetherhino.org, not only to help the Sumatran rhino, but all of the Earth's rhinos. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. Talk to you guys in the next video. Peace.